Mickey's Runaway Railway. It is a
Oh,
perfect attraction. It's got all these fun elements in it.
it's what Hollywood sorely they need. And Epcot and Hollywood need more kids attractions, and it's perfect. It now the line does seem to move slow. I get it. Um, I loved everything they did with it, except for the blood on I know it's not blood, but the signposts in the the load area. I was like, why do the tops have blood on them? I know it's not, but that's what it looks like at a quick glance.
It's the big issue with the line is the same issue with most of these lines. It moves slow because lightning lane. What was that? It's like I have a
Guilty.
Oh, I've never ridden it without lightning lane. I looked at that. It's a great ride. It ain't an 80-minute wait.
I rode it. It was 101 when I re-entered the park at night, and I was walking by when they reopened the doors. So I just jumped on and I walked right on. And I was like, perfect. I didn't want to wait. I was like, I could do Rise of the Resistance again, but waiting is gonna kill my feet, and I don't want to wait an hour.
So, funny story on that. Um, Several times on our last trip to Disney, I'd be looking at the My Genie Plus app and trying to find things and be talking to Meg. I'm like, well, we can't do that. It's 101. And every time I'd say that, she thought I was talking the wait was 101.
Aw.
And finally, I'm like, no. I mean, the ride's broken. Oh, dear God. If at one point, I'm like, Figment? I said Figment was 101.
They don't have room for a 101-minute wait in that building.
If there's a 101-minute wait at Figment,
You're at the front of the park.
we're going to Fun Spot.
It's huge. I did that with my queue for boarding pass for Guardians of the Galaxy for Cosmic Rewind. I was like, oh my god, the wait time's 200 minutes. I'm never getting on this. Oh, that's my wait time till my number was. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I haven't done the virtual queue yet, but you know what? I'm excited. I may get to ride that. We're going down a day early because that's the first day. We're not actually starting a day on this trip in Epcot. So we're going down a day early. So hopefully I could get into Epcot early enough to do it.
I was up. I bought my Genie Plus before bed at midnight. I had the room alarm. I was up. I right away got my boarding pass and bought my lightning lane. We're just gonna start with this. The most disappointing thing about Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind was I couldn't ride it a third, fourth, fifth, or sixth time that day.
Okay.
I absolutely love. I can't wait till you take Bella on it. I absolutely love this attraction. This might be my new favorite. This might be my favorite attraction on property.
Okay, that's high praise.
I was giddy the whole time. Both times, and honestly, it really needs that second ride. Really does to really the first ride. It's just gonna happen. Just let it go. You're probably not going to hear what they're saying. You're going to be laughing too loud. Just let it go. If you can get a second ride, you can actually focus on everything.
And that's what my trip in May will be for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it really is that good. It's such a good attraction. I can't wait till they get the boarding pass away. I would have waited an hour for it, no problem. And I think my boarding pass line, I made it like half an hour. Wasn't bad. There's the obvious. There's a show plot to it. You one holding pen into the first showroom, into a second showroom, into load and unload.
Okay.
And it's got dual. This is something I didn't know till walking in. It's got dual stations. All feed to the same ride, but it's got dual stations. I'm going to start. I should have started with this. I woke up, got an Epcot. I had my lightning lane in that. I got a lightning lane for Soren, and I did the 20-minute standby because I walked from Boardwalk. I was right by France. I waited 20 minutes for Remy's. I actually think it was like 15. Cute. It was a cute attraction. Never been on it. I'm glad it's there. Again, it's something cute for kids to do.
Except that is the ride that scared my daughter the most in Disney.
I could see that.
That mop.
I could see that I could see that. I liked it. It was fun. I saw what they were doing. You see the precursor to Rise of the Resistance elements in there, and Mickey's and Runaway Railroad.
That's the gold standard for dark rides now.
Mickey's
the
floor,
the platform,
the platforms. I love it. I'm here for it 100%. I think I liked all three. Remy's is definitely my least favorite, with Mickey's being my favorite. Rise is in the middle. We'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Probably get to that again next week. But I left Remy's. I'm gonna take my time. I'll go walk over. My time's ready. I'll go walk over to Soarin'. I hit the bridge in France, and I look up, and I see Spaceship Earth, and then I looked and go, "What the hell is that monstrosity of a building I'm looking at?" And then it dawns on me, that's the Guardian Show building, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
There's only so much blue paint.
I don't mind the sightline things, but I'm just looking at going, that building's huge. What the heck did they build?
A roller coaster.
Oh, they built a roller coaster.
I do have a question. Back in France,
mm-hmm.
Were they still utilizing all that exterior line for Remy's? Because we were in a lot of makeshift line for Remy.
They are still using it. I did not wait. I walked right in the building.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit outside. I was in the building within a minute or two. When I left, Remy's was posting 45, and they were using a lot of the outside.
Yeah, we were at the stage of line where they had to have cast members because the line crossed paths.
Ugh. I could see that. Honestly, they built really about an hour's worth of line, which is typical for Disney. That's not, they try their best, but Remy seems to be a nice people eater. My biggest complaint with Remy's is how it dead ends to it. I shouldn't say that. As much as I complain about that, I think it's cute that it dead ends to it. But still, if you're going that way, you're only going that way to ride Remy's.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the theming of it.
Oh, the theming's great. I love France because I feel like France is one of the countries that is overlooked.
It is.
And you know why I say it's overlooked? How many people know Monsieur Paul's exists?
No one knows. It's overlooked because it's just a walkthrough. I buy something as I'm walking through just the next thing. It's just there. There was a video. Screw that.
You buy your adult slushie and you move on.
Exactly. I actually, and it's nice to walk through. I think it's real. I did enjoy walking through it. It was a little hot that morning, so
I will say from my trip, because now you don't know which video you're going to get. Sometimes you're getting Impressions de France. Other times, you are getting the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, which is fucking phenomenal.
Interesting, because I would not like a sing-along since I go to Impressions de France for one thing and one thing only.
Sleep.
Nap time. It's air conditioned. They play nice, beautiful music with nice scenery from France. It's just so pleasant that you just gotta take a nap.
There's a funny story about friend of another Disney podcast, Josh Gad, and the sing along, because the whole story, it's a complete retelling of Beauty and the Beast through LeFew's view.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
And
why is this not an attraction?
It is.
No. Why don't we have a ride through? We have Little Mermaid from Scuttle's point of view. Why don't we have a ride through Beauty and the Beast attraction from LeFau's point of view? Just saying.
Yeah. So, and there was this point because they wanted Josh Gad to do it. And he's like, that's not me. I am not the animated LeFew.
LeFou, no.
I'm live action. We're going to confuse people. They're just going to hear Olaf.
And you know what? The truth is, because their voices are not even remotely the same.
Mm-hmm. It's like you need to get a voice actor.
You know what? You're right. They're just going to hear Olaf, even if he tries to change his voice. I know he's just an animator. I forget his name, but when we're waiting for Remy's and Emil starts speaking to you, I know he does Pixar stuff in other movies. I only heard Squishy from Monsters University. Same guy, same voice. I only heard, "Hi guys, it's Emil," and I'm picturing Squishy talking to me.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And I have difficulty listening to Book of Mormon and not hearing Olaf.
Yeah, I don't have that problem, but I understand it because occasionally
Well,
I'm
there's also
picturing Olaf doing some of the dancing, and it's funny.
there's only one big difference between us. You've
Seen
seen
it.
Book of Mormon.
Correct.
I've only listened to Book of Mormon.
Yeah, it's trust me on this. If you saw it, it's real fun to picture Olaf doing some of the dance sequences, especially baptize her. I'm seeing Olaf. I'm picturing the snowman just going, "Ah! I just baptized her." It's really when you really thinking watching Gad and the other guy I saw do it is like now I want an animated version of Olaf just doing that, like Olaf presents Olaf doing musicals.
You're getting the ADHD version of Dozer today
Mm-hmm.
because I'm going down another tangent. I watched a wonderful video today about the choosing of the new voice of Mickey.
Interesting.
And he was being interviewed about the process of becoming Mickey. And first off, they went through all the auditions. They did all the casting calls. Got no one. So they sent out an internal Disney email to Disney, Pixar, blah blah blah, to call a hotline to see if you match up enough to be the voice of Mickey. Well, this guy wasn't even a Disney cast member, but one of his friends sent him the email, and he called the hotline. And then they had him. He had to fly out from Kansas to Anaheim on his own dime to do the interview. They weren't sure. And when they were doing this, the whole premise was the voice was going to be an apprentice to, I forget his name, but the third voice of Mickey. And
Mm-hmm.
mid the interview process, he passed.
Oh.
So then there's a span of time where on some of these different Disney projects, there's a small rotational cast of Mickeys that is everybody being interviewed
Interesting.
for Mickey. And then they call him in for the one project and they go, okay, you're the voice of Mickey. You best be moving to Anaheim tomorrow. And he's like, absolutely. So now he's the voice of Mickey.
Interesting.
The first thing he said he did was it was an in-park spiel or something. But what was interesting about it is there were just a couple lines that needed to be tweaked. So throughout it's both of them. It is 3 and 4.
Yeah, just look. One thing it looks like he did was People Mover, the Mickey Star Traders.
They never said what it was. They just said one of these in-park spiels. It could have been for an event. And boom. Has both of their voices, which is kind of a cool thing.
I like that.
Which also goes to show you how powerful a good voice actor can be, that they can make it seamless.
When you're good, you're good.
I am now, and there's got to be one on YouTube somewhere. I want a comparison of all the voices of Mickey to see if they sound different.
There will be a certain not much difference because you're looking for people copy. That essentially voice actors often copycat. It's what they. Mark Hamill, as anybody will know with me, is a voice actor I love, but he kind of only does 3 voices. But the one voice he does is the Joker voice, and he does it well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought no one could do that till the one Arkham Origins game. You wouldn't know Troy Baker was the voice unless you looked it up. It sounded just like him. I'm like, how is he doing that? Nobody can do Mark Hamill. Well, they found the one guy who can.
I remember years ago, a former friend was bitching that he'd never watch the Muppets again because it's not Jim Henson doing Kermit. And I'm like, well, of course not. He's dead.
Hasn't been Jim Henson for a very long time.
Like, I'm sorry. It's still the Muppets, and they're close enough. I can't really tell the difference between the Kermits. There is difference. Like, there's difference.
It's a difference, but it's not much. It's like Frank Oz. He can still do Fozzie and Piggy. No, it doesn't quite sound the same as 20 years ago.
Yeah. And that's what makes it impressive when you have these really old, like, Mickey actors, because, God, Mickey's high.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
But, sorry about that random tangent. It was just something that came on my YouTubes today, and I'm like, huh. Because
you want the voice actor, you want a voice actor or something speaking Muppets doing something funny, watch outtakes from the Little Shop of Horrors movie they did, the musical version. You have Frank Oz is directing, and he's yelling out directions as Miss Piggy and Fozzie. Rick Moranis loses it. To climax the movie, during the filming the Mean Green Mother scene, he just out of nowhere starts yelling, right, as Fozzie Bear. And Rick Moranis just loses his shit. Out of nowhere. He come on!
that is awesome.
Anyway, now that I tangented your tangent, where were we?
You were just leaving France.
Oh, yeah, over to Soren. It was all just taking time to the moment. It was all literally my whole morning. I was like, okay, we're almost there. Here we go. I'm outside waiting. I'm like, come on, minute. Come on, change clock. It's go time. And then I was all, it's nice when you ride something for the first time. You get that feeling, the butterfly feeling of, I just don't know what to expect here.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. I'm a big Terry Crews fan, and he is one of the lead actors in Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind. So that doesn't hurt at all. Yeah, the attraction. It's just so much fun.
Nice.
It's just so much fun. I know some people I heard comparing it to Cool Space Mountain. I'd say it's more the Mummy and Gringotts meet Space Mountain.
Okay.
Essentially, this is a musical thing. So this is Godspell and Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay.
Godspell is Space Mountain. Jesus Christ Superstar, its cool cousin, is Cosmic Rewind. It's just like, what if we built something? It's just fun. It's just such a fun time. Now, I will say this. With the spinning, it's not an intense ride, but if you're not a ride person, with the way the cars spin and everything as you're going, and not knowing what you're going to do, and it's no secret, so this is no spoiler, and the launch backwards into the main show building, I could see that be jarring to some people.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it's just, it goes. Once you start, it's just, here we go.
Which is amazing. I am excited for that.
You have to let me know what song. I got Conga the first time, and then I got Disco Inferno.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll see if I even get on it.
After the attraction, we were going 101. The attraction did the launch did not work the way it was supposed to, and I said I had, oh no, I guess people were thinking that this is how it's meant to go, and I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. But then it worked and everything was happy.
That's good. God, I hate launch systems because they just break.
Well, that is the problem with the elephant in the room attraction. We're going to talk about it. We're going to stew a little bit next week. Brian, I'm sure, wants to hear everything live and in person. We're just going to get this out of the way. Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance. Yes, it finally happened, folks. You will hear less bitching about Rise of the Resistance, maybe. Going to get the first question out of the way. Does it meet the hype? No. This attraction's overhyped.
There was no way it could meet the hype.
If I waited, I would wait an hour for Cosmic Rewind, no question, no problem. Hour wait, done, let's do it. I would not. Guardians. Rise of the Resistance is pushing it. The theming, A+. It's themed to the hilt. It's incredibly themed. I love that. I tried my best to avoid spoilers. Everything was new to me except for one thing, and I think that would have been the most impressive, is the Stormtrooper room.
Yes.
Had I not known that, that would be impressive. But considering it's just there as a picture spot,
it's weak. I would have thought that would have been better as part of the part of the attraction.
I agree. I thought it was originally. Then I realized it's just something to walk through and take pictures.
I thought it would be something like you're about to make your escape. You come around and, oh shit, reverse.
Yeah. It's I agree. This is well themed to the hilt. I like seeing the full size ships. The transport, I know how it works. It's cute enough. The one thing I enjoyed the interactions with the people arresting us, because get in line against the wall, and I looked at the girl. I said, I don't have to listen to you. She looks at me for a second and said, I'm not being arrested by a Megan. So that's not happening. I said, I'm moving over here, but I'm like, really, guys, you had to put the name. I get it. You needed, in case of an emergency, you need to call their name. I'm like, you couldn't give a fake Star Wars name for them to make it Megan. I'm like, oh, and who's the next one talking tough to me? Connor. I'm not going to jail because of Megan and Connor. However, and I made that joke. I made these jokes, and people laughed. And I meant them. I meant to. I was just playing along. The little girl in front of us with her family starts having not a temper tantrum, but a bit of a conniption. She wanted to ride a roller coaster. This isn't a roller coaster. The guards are now interacting with her, and it's the best. She goes, get in line, you. I want a roller coaster. It's constantly. It was actually really funny. It worked really well into us being arrested.
I like that.
It worked. I was dying. I'm like, this is actually really fun. I know a bit more how the ride works afterwards because of somebody who I know.
I could send you a wonderful video too.
I also know why it's unreliable as hell.
Too many ride systems
interacting, and if one doesn't interact, kaputski.
Yeah. Here's my problem. It's like it's not an action ride.
The drop isn't as thrilling as they let us. The elevator and the drop wasn't as thrilling as they originally made it to seem. That they originally told us how exciting it was going to be, and it's not exciting at all because
it's like lame. It's like 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's
they originally told you 40, but I digress.
For me, the coolest scene is when the eight AT-ATs are shooting at you.
I got the side view. I did not get the head-on view.
Ah,
So I did not get the head-on view. I got the side view. It was cool. I appreciated it, again, the scenery, seeing the full-size AT-ATs in front of you. That's awesome. There's some awesome things at play here. It's not an action ride. With the theming, the ride doesn't stack up.
I can see that. And did you see they have built in ready to go B modes for some of the more advanced animatronics?
They do, and I did not get a B mode from what I could tell. I got the A mode.
Well, the one B mode's easy to tell because it goes from animatronic to just a screen.
Yeah, no, I didn't get any. That's why I looked up the B modes and someone was telling me about. I'm like, no, I didn't see that. Like, okay, you got it in full A mode. I'm like, I didn't see any B mode that I'm aware of. Um,
No Disco Darth.
uh-uh. No, I didn't. I didn't see any of that. It was cute. It was fun, but it was again. I'm glad I had Lightning Lane. If I waited over an hour, I really would have been angry.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I was getting frustrated at the wait within the attraction.
I don't
The,
blame you.
the wait to be processed, quote unquote, and arrested. Like, I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I was a little that I get it. That's why I for the ride portion being what it is, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say what needs to be said here. I'm not trying to spark the debate of Universal and Disney people. I feel we should all be one just theme park people, but I'm not here to spark that debate. I'm tired of hearing Universal just wants you to look at screens, watch every modern Disney attraction, shut up about screens. I don't want to hear Disney people tell me. I don't want to hear from a Disney person. Universal's just screens and Disney's any different. I don't care that's a projection on a head. It's still just a screen.
What I will say, the difference is, and I am just comparing it to the two biggest offenders of Slow and the Painful and
Which is on its way out.
Confrontation 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Which one of them is on their way out? Who said that?
But where literally the ride is a screen in a, like, you're in a vehicle
Well,
looking
there's
at
no
a
doubt.
screen.
But I'm just saying,
But-
just in general, with people want to. Disney has more physical sets. There's no doubt about that. But for people, it's just screens. Disney's not that different.
No, and the advantage is I feel Disney does a fair amount of screens. They are doing their best to not make you wear glasses for these screens.
Which I like, and that is something
makes
I
a big
appreciate.
difference.
It does
Meg
make a
can't
huge
see
difference.
3D. So these attractions are lost on her. In fact, if you are going to these parks and you cannot see 3D, like you've gone to 3D movies and it doesn't work, go on to dftba.com and order 2D glasses. They take the 3D and they make it 2D. So it is less disorienting for people who can't see 3D.
Which is funny. I rode Transformers a couple of times as a single rider. There was literally no wait, and I like air conditioning. And we did it a couple times during Horror Nights. Actually, we did it once each night. I gotta tell. I'm walking. I'm like, why do I get why I need these, but at the same time, you didn't need to make it like this because the 3D is not that intense.
I hate putting those glasses on because I feel they take you out of the moment, especially if they don't buy the good glasses. They just fall off your head. And my level of disappointment. And it could have been an off day. It could have been a back order or something. But I rode Star Tours and I got bog standard glasses.
Ugh.
I did not get the Star Tours specific glasses that fit better. I got the standard cheap Ray-Ban looking things.
I didn't have a problem with the glass. I'll say this. I don't know if it's just my body's changing. I hate to say it, Star Tours needs to be updated. Bad. Again, the way the screen was looking, I was like, I don't know, this ain't me feel good right now.
Bruce, I hate to say it. There's a reason old people don't like these rides. It's
I've
us.
never
It's not the ride,
I
it's
know.
us.
I've never had a problem with simulators too. I was like, what the hell happened here? Soren, Soren, the sound when it sprays up the ends was rough. Spaceship Earth. I actually had to watch over my shoulder, wondering, is this thing gonna break? The sound when you go backwards, it's so jarring and awful. I'm like, what is going on back there?
It needs a new ride system.
I know it was due and didn't get it. It needs to be gutted. It needs a whole new ride update. I did Navi River Journey, which is just okay. I'm in a boat. Navi River Journey needs some overlay announcements. It needs some, even just add speakers to the boat that just explain what you're looking at. It needs to have a whole nature kind of science theme to it. But she was working, so I saw the animatronic.
Cool.
Flight of Passage was a no-go.
I'm sorry, man.
Courtney tried her best. It wanted to. I was close. Courtney tried her best. I will give Courtney her. She really did. She tried her best. She was very quiet about it because you're in a big room, and I'm the reason we're not starting. I told her, it's like, oh, it's okay. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just going to grab my bag and go. I'm so sorry. I wish they'd make him big. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Start the ride. They've been sitting here too long.
I don't know why, and I get it does become a bit of a logistical nightmare to have a couple that are big person seats, but they need some. Why not?
And I was honestly, I was like, what the heck is like this? I thought it was the legs. Everyone said it's the leg, it's the calf, it's the calves. It was the back. The back did not go. Listen, I didn't fit on Velocicoaster either. I was closer. I was closer than Hagrid's. Velocicoaster was a no-go. A little awkward how they told me to try to push down, but my own fault. I'm too big. Hagrid's, even if I fit, that seat hurt my butt just testing it.
Ugh.
That was a no-go. That was a clear no-go. It was fine. I rode Spider-Man twice because I could. Oh no, I have to go ride my favorite attraction here now to make myself feel better. Woe is me.
I have to say, Spider-Man is what launched what has become a recurring gag for me, where the attraction goes 101 as I pull out of the station.
Oh, that sucks.
I am still half in the station, but they can't do shit because I have left the station. I have had that happen to me there. It's happened to me on Space Mountain. It's happened to me on Big Thunder Mountain. Like, I just get 101 at the worst spots.
We stopped on Splash for longer than I would have liked. I was getting a little nervous. I hate to report. If you're going down, definitely ride Splash Mountain or what's left of it one more time. You were 100% right. They're just getting rid of things. If it's I looked, unless he was down and hidden, I didn't even see Brer Rabbit hanging out. The hop along one. I'm on call. That's all. I'm on call. So yeah, he wasn't there. Half the animatronics in the laughing place room were gone. Of the everybody's got a laughing place. Half of those were gone. FSU's still there. But the water cannons weren't shooting, which isn't fully uncommon, but it was a hot enough day they usually have them going, which makes me think they either just have them off to conserve but it's happening. We're there.
Why repair shit? That's where we're at. Why?
The big question is when I'm starting to wonder if they're very secretly Splash always goes down.
Oh, it's going
Um,
down in January and it ain't coming back
Coming
up.
back. I'm wondering, are they either not going to go down in January and go to March and say, listen, we're not closing in January, we're closing in February. This is the last month, or March. This is the last month. I don't think it's going. Agree. I think they're just not saying anything, and in January is just going to go. Splash Mountain made its last run ever today.
Yeah, I don't think they're giving it a farewell.
They're not a. There's no merchandise at all. They flagged my picture because they suck. I
It,
used my hat as a prop, and they
it,
deemed that not okay. I literally looked at the woman and I go, I was taking my hat off and pointing to the sky because she's going away. I said, come on, this is my last ride on this. I said, I'm done. I'm never going to ride Splash again. Come on. So because I was upset on that, it was a walk on to Big Thunder. So I had to ride that 3 times and go over to the Country Bears. It's the only thing that could console me at that point.
so I'm going to make a bet. One Splash Mountain will get a farewell. It'll probably be Anaheim.
I believe that one would, yes.
It will get a farewell party or something. But I don't think they're going to tell you in advance. I don't think they're going to try to have this is the last day, everybody. No, it's just going to. But the people like us who are in the know, they're going to see it coming up on the refurb schedule and going, yeah, it's going down for its yearly refurbishment. It ain't ever coming back up because why?
I wonder if they were going to put it on the refurb schedule. It's just one day going to go, sorry.
Moose outside should have told you.
Yeah.
And honestly, on this one, I am okay with it not getting a big farewell for one reason. One, it's in a sad state of itself. But two, we've known it's coming for like 3 years at this point.
I'm going to add a 3 on here because of the reason they're getting rid of it. It kind of defeats the purpose of why you're getting rid of it. You're going to have a big farewell for it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, though. We know it's coming. It's time. Just pull the plug, baby. The only reason I wish it would get an internal, this is your last day. Let the cast members know this is your last day. But more than that, I was there the last, and everyone knew I was there the last day of Jaws. Everybody knew this was it. This is it. The line was huge. Ride it. You're never going to ride it again. They pumped the water so high, the boat was basically swamping. I've never gotten soaked on Jaws in my life. I got soaked that day. The water was just flowing, and I think it would be great if they kicked those water cannons up to 11 and said, we're sending the old girl off in style. Just shoot every rider that can possibly be. Kick the water up to the highest heavens. Bam! Kick it up with Emerald and just soak everybody who wants to ride it.
So we're looking at, if we're right on our hypothesis here,
it's happened. It's going down next year no matter what. I believe we're going to be right.
If it's going down in January, that means we're looking at an 18-month refurbishment window. Which, honestly, for a total gut, not unexpected.
No, and well, that's I've talked to people. Some think it's going to be gutted. Some think it doesn't. I think it's going to be gutted. I think it's time to improve anything wrong with the system so a Milky Way wrapper doesn't destroy it. Hint, hint.
Well,
you got to take the log. You're going to have to put scaffolding all around it. The log's coming off unless they're leaving the log here and not the one in. But the Disneyland model clearly shows no log. It also hints at the lanterns hanging, kind of hint at the scene going up to the lift.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling you're going to have a dig a little deeper instrumental into them singing it by the riverboat scene.
I think the logs are going because, honestly, at this point, if your goal is to build a new attraction, which, like, Frozen was an overlay. That was never meant to be a new attraction. This, especially the way they've hyped it. It's a new attraction. Therefore, you're resetting the clock on this. You are adding 15 to 20 years to this ride's life expectancy. You are looking at new ride vehicles because this is the only time you can do that for all new ride vehicles. You're looking at a complete overhaul of the trough and all the systems that push it, because when else are you going to get this ride down for 18 months?
It's also a chance to upgrade their internal system. The
Yeah.
Mummy at Universal just had that was it. They had to upgrade the operators panel, and that it takes a long. They knew we have to do this. We got to pull this plug at some point. Let's just close her, get a new coat of paint. Water rides also take a lot of wear and tear. It's not like this is going to go down for its yearly refurbishment every time because they take a beating. So unless they found a way to do things differently, I think you're going to have the same style of animatronics that are going. They don't hold up well. Maelstrom never, if you remember, Maelstrom never really had to because of the way the animatronics are set. This, the water was so unless they're going to change that, the water's so integral, which it's a bayou, it's going to have to be. It's impossible not to.
Yeah. And there weren't as many animatronics on Maelstrom.
No. And more than just that, I was really looking at everything this time. It's not built. Yeah, it's built for a southern thing, but it's not built to be the bayou or the swamp.
No.
To an extent, some of it is that if you're going to do it, you go all the way. Tiana does deserve better, so I do believe they are going to gut this. And I'm not saying the track layout's going to change, but a lot of it inside is going to change.
Yeah.
So our little FSU buddy dropping down. His days are numbered. It was just I think you're not going to have this. Everybody's got a laugh in place. Oh no, it's going to be exciting going up the hill. That's what I mean. I think you're going to have Mama Odie talking to you, and you're going to have a dig a little deeper instrumental into the drop, into come around, and
so we're saying we're going to defeat Dr. Facilier.
I'm saying Dr. Facilier is not in the attraction.
Okay.
There's a reason I keep saying that to people. They can change it. They can make what they want to work. Keith David, certain people have said they've worked on it. Unless Keith David's keeping his mouth shut on purpose, which is possible. This takes place after the movie. Dr. Facilier is very decidedly defeated in the movie. Very decided. There is no question. Facilier was defeated.
Yes.
Now, I have always thought Facilier needs to be in the middle of the attraction. If you're going to have him, I think he's that middle room with the drop there.
Okay.
If you're going to have him, I could be wrong. I certainly could be wrong. I hope I am. Love Keith David. Love me some Shadow Man. I think he deserves to be there, but we'll see. I think this is more Tiana's adventure, and I don't think it's going to be the movie. I think it supposedly takes place after the movie. Other than gospel ending a zippity doo dig a little deeper, it makes sense.
And you know what? That's good. That's the way it should be, because these attractions that are just a retelling of the story aren't that fun. Like, we can look at those classic Fantasyland attractions that are a retelling of the story. Peter Pan ain't that great of an attraction anymore.
Not at all. I actually just want to look up
the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's a decent family roller coaster. You ain't riding it for the story.
No.
So, no, they're changing everything, and I think that's what it needs. And I think it'll fit in good with some of the things they were dropping at D23, with more lands, more frontier lands, more this, a villain's land. Which, Isle of the Lost, anybody?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that, because I I have said it once and I will say it many more times. Descendants is the best property that has been so poorly utilized because they went Disney Channel original movie with it instead of all the other ways they could have gone. Also, why does Beast abdicate his throne when he's like 37 in the movie?
I've only seen the first movie.
Which is all you need to see to know the Beast abdicates his throne like stupid early to his teenage son to become king. What? What Disney Channel bullshit is this? Also, God save the Queen. Long live King Charles. I don't know.
And because I want to look this up real quick to go back for a second. The
Mhm.
only confirmed at D23, the only again, they could be holding Keith David's name back as a surprise. The only confirmed names reappearing is Nika Noni Rose, Tiana, Bruno Campo is Naveen, Michael Leon Woolley, he's a Lewis, and Jennifer Lewis, Mama Odie.
Which does mean, yeah, the two deceased characters probably won't be in it. Which makes me sad.
It makes us all sad, but it's not impossible. I'm saying again, I could easily see them say, hey Keith, say nothing, and him going, no problem. Say nothing with my 800 voiceover because I'm one of the best in the world at voiceovers because everyone loves me because I'm Keith David. I'm sorry, I was really sad. I didn't know he was in Nope. He's only in the beginning. I'm like, oh man. Daniel, what's his name, and Keith David together with Kiki Palmer. That would have been cool.
But yeah, he's not the one I'm sad not being in it. I need me some Ray.
Yeah, Jim Cummings. Yeah, that's right. Nope, Jim Cummings is not listed.
Well, also, he is also very much deceased.
Yes, that too. Well, I wasn't sure if they would list him and say, hey, we're using stock footage of his voice.
I wasn't talking about Jim. I'm talking Ray, the character, died in the movie.
Oh, yes.
The character is...
yeah, he's still a Firefly. You could have Ray's cousin.
I just loved when I opened that big pack of Vinylmations. I got so excited when we opened Ray.
I do like Ray.
I love me some Ray. Which, now that I think about it, bit odd. Because everybody in there is an attraction, like, is park related. Ray has no part in any park.
Does he? Who knows? That could be coming.
Look, at the end of the day, I bought it so I could ensure I got an orange bird.
I know.
I got 3.
Oh my.
Because, you get 3 of one, and
What's
only
the
one
chaser?
Figment.
Of course, that makes sense.
But I'm like, ooh, I got 3rd orange bird. Sweet. That's who I wanted.
That's fun.
Yeah. And Madame Leota's my favorite because Madame Leota after Orange Bird.
I mean, that's a given.
I bought my Jungle Cruise Mickey. Sorry, my Tiki Room Mickey. My Tiki Room Mickey ears.
I was gonna say, the Jungle Cruise is out yet. The Big Thunder one looks so cool.
What was throwing me off, and it made me happy because for years I've been saying, for heaven's sakes, make some of the headbands Mickey, because Mickey ears don't fit me. The yarmulke with the Mickey ears, I don't want to wear that in the park. But I don't care if it's a little feminine. I'll wear a headband. I just don't want one with a bow on it.
Yeah, I really like the Big Thunder one that's coming.
And the Tiki Room Mickey ears are Mickey ears. It's a hat.
They're all Mickey ears.
And I'm like, yes, I can wear this. I that made me happy. I'm excited for some of the hints of ones coming out later this year.
You mean Mansion Jungle?
I feel like I'm waiting for November. I forget who it is though.
Mansion would be November.
I thought Mansion was October.
Mm,
Why wouldn't you put Mansion in October? It's Halloween.
When I don't, it's so hard to say how they do it. Big Thunder's coming next, then Mansion's afterwards. I don't know if they. Again, it's hard for me to tell. I saw more Tiki Room than I saw Dumbo, which is I thought was surprising.
Especially since Tiki Room is like 4 or 5 months ago, but I think it's just not as popular, which is sad.
Well, that's just it. I saw more Tiki Room than I saw Peter Pan, the Castle, or Dumbo, the Cinderellas or Dumbo. I love the look of Big Thunder. That's the one I'm very much waiting for. That Mansion and Jungle.
Yes. The Dumbo Mickey's not that good.
He's cute. Here's the thing, because my sister's a big Dumbo fan. I was watching it. It's Timothy. I kind of dig it. I think he's cute. Speaking of cute, say hello to Little Boo the Sipper.
So, from
hydration,
from how it is portrayed, Thunder's out. I'll have to look better, but if you look at it, all the upcoming ones on the main attraction website.
No, Thunder, they're showing what he looks like. He's not I don't think he's available for sale yet. Yeah, because if you look at
Series
the top
8 is
website,
out. Dumbo is what came up. Thunder's next. And I just assumed, because I bought my Mickey in August, I assumed he was releasing in September because there are 12 series. 9.
I think they go mid-month. It's hard. Again, it's hard to say. I agree. Why isn't Mansion October then? But
yeah,
honestly, that could be holiday sales because Mansion merchandise moves.
Yeah.
I will say this. I did not do Haunted Mansion this year because this is the first time ever I got park fatigue, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't really feel like doing anything else. I've done it a million times.
I've been struggling because every time I look at Haunted Mansion, I look at a wait and I go, I don't wait for Haunted Mansion. It sounds very wrong, but I don't wait for it. I've never waited for Haunted Mansion. And now you're trying to tell me there's a 40-minute wait? What?
Oh, you'll like this. Here's how. Actually, it was dead. It was pretty dead. Mansion was posting a 30, which I'm saying that's not happening. Okay. That was one of the longer waits in the park.
Okay.
Hold on. You're going to love this. How long do you think Seven Dwarfs was?
85.
20. Better yet. Oh, here we go. What do you think Peter Pan's wait was?
Does the wait time even show lower than 60?
40.
Is that possible?
For whatever reason, it was dead. 45 for Splash. I jumped in line. It said it was 30. I had a lightning lane as well, which I didn't do because it said I don't. It was so sad. I'm like, I left the boat. I slapped it twice. It's give one of the girl. Gonna miss ya. Give a little salute and walked off and said, nope, I don't need to do you again. Did like I said, did Big Thunder. I did my Country Bears. I said, I'm done. I'm going home. Go back to rest. Going home. Yeah. Go back to my resort, which was fantastic.
Oh, Boardwalk is amazing.
With Club Concierge Upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, first time, and I'm ruined. Spoiled, I say. Actually
So,
got lost. I'll tell Brian, I got lost looking for my room.
well, that is not hard. That
No
is a
one, no one told me I had to walk in this special area. I'm like, I eventually go to, I'm looking for my room. And look, can I see you got upgraded to our club? No one, she didn't tell me at the front desk. I was like, oh, you have to do, it'll activate now. You just have to swipe here, tap here, and the door opens. I'm like, what is happening? What? You have a balcony. I have a balcony. I watched, listen, not the best view, but I watched the Epcot fireworks while Monday Night Football was happening from my balcony.
That is awesome.
Eating free macarons.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that resort. We'll stay there again. Our next trip is Animal Kingdom. Our trip after that, we will book Animal Kingdom, and then as soon as we can book a different resort, we will. But DVC problems, we can book Animal Kingdom first.
Which is understandable. I was impressed. I've never stayed at Boardwalk, and I liked it. I was really, even if it wasn't going to be in a regular room, I liked having the amenities of being able to walk to Hollywood and back from Hollywood leisurely. Very nice path at night.
The only part to Hollywood is under that bridge by Swan and Dolphin. That's just creep.
See, that didn't bother me.
But I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to get to two parks easily.
I asked her, I said, how bad would it be? She goes, Skyliners take stops too many times. I literally looked at her and said, I kind of just want to do it. She goes, if you really want to, you can, but I don't recommend it. I didn't.
We did it because we had Bella, so it's easier. And
Yeah.
it's I enjoy it. It's a fun way to get around. Definitely more useful from the moderates it serves. When we're taking it and we passed the Riviera, I never want to stay at this hotel. I hear people say, oh no, it's wonderful. I go, no. It's a moderate DVC.
Yeah.
Moderate DVC are words I should never have to say.
No, I agree. I'm, listen, and it wasn't cheap, but I'm very happy with the choice I made. I could not have, for 2 nights, I could not have chose better. And you're leaving us already? And I look at her for a second. I said, I am. I said, actually, I'm going over to Cabana. I said, not leaving the state. I said, I'm going over to Cabana Bay for what I'm really here for, without missing a beat. She goes, oh, so someone's a Horror Nights fan. I was like, oh, you understand me.
You, a Horror Nights fan? No, never.
We'll get into more in depth with that next week.
Yes, we are waiting until we can have Brian back on, who is busy watching an angry dude yell at a mic for a couple hours.
I will say this. My list is shocking to an extent. The number one house on my list is not surprising from what people have been saying to you. The surprise, there's 10 houses, yet I have 11 rankings.
Ooh, there's a good scare zone.
Look, scare zones are good this year. The problem is my first night was a rain out. It poured. So listen, the houses were good, but they were understaffed. No doubt about that. I still had fun. Night 2 was better. Night 3 was the real McCoy. There's a certain house involving a certain here you are. Involving a certain somebody. That night 3, holy shit! I turned that bad boy on. Halloween was good that night. There's a clear house I did not care for. Was not good. I shouldn't walk through 3 hallways going, I see where people should be, but where are they?
I just wish I had any interest in haunted houses.
I got very lost in the weekend the first night. It was embarrassing.
Bruce got lost in a haunted house? That doesn't happen ever.
People behind me had to grab me. It was bad.
Oh.
Which is, hey!
Up, Captain getting in trouble. Not Captain Jasper.
Give me
I'm
that.
sorry, I got confused for a moment.
I'll fine chew on that. That's fine. No, overall, the one scares on the major suites, I had some really good interaction. The one was great. He kind of they interact. He was it's supposed to take place in New York apparently. But this guy, it's the kids, it's the candy. What happened? The kids ate the candy. Now they're killing people. Like, well, people going crazy in New York, isn't that their God-given right? You're right. It is. It's, such fun interactions. Scare zones were good. I had a really good time this year. Some really excellent merchandise.
Nice.
Again, hello, Lobo. Hydration. I say that every time I drink this. Drink from that. Relax, folks. It's just a Propel.
That's what happens when you drink all the pumpkin spice in the world. It becomes a shriveled up little head of a pumpkin.
Little Boo is everything. Little Boo is Bay. Little Boo's was right with Halloween.
Okay. I need to break you for a moment here because you say Little Boo, and I know to you that's Halloween. I have a 4-year-old. Little Boo is a character on the Chicken Squad.
I'm sorry, character on the what?
The Chicken Squad.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, kids. Hold on. Now this has to. I got it. Nope. I have to. There's an image in my head. I have to. Don't. I have to see if it matches up.
It doesn't. Oh, and I have to be correct. The Chicken Squad.
Oh, it does not. It looks like Chicken Little, but it does not stack up to what I had in my head. And that's right. I had actual chickens with helmets on.
Nope.
Or, Chicken Run.
Yeah. Nope. These are chicken detectives, I guess. Chicken policemen. Yeah, policemen, because they have a rivalry with the chicken firefighters.
Oh, that's classic.
They had a basketball tournament.
All the big shows do it. Tacoma FD, all the big shows have fire department and police department button heads. Classic.
But yeah, so you're saying Little Boo, I'm picturing the chicken there with the red mohawk.
Also, Chicken Run 2 comes out this year. I'm very excited. But yes, I see that.
So, sorry to kill your Little Boo there, but for the last couple weeks, that's what I've been picturing.
That's all right. Don't worry. Little Boo doesn't care. Little Boo just stare into your soul.
It's okay. Your world is different when you have a 4-year-old.
It is, and I don't have that problem.
I learned things I never needed to learn. And I've also learned I'm going to have the weird kid.
That's okay.
Shows she likes, Ghost and Molly McGee. Cool.
Seen the ad for it, never seen it.
It is a...
I like to screen things for the kids. Mainly when I screen them, what I'm looking for is, would a kid like this? Can an adult tolerate this?
Ghost and Molly McGee. The best way to put it is it's a ghost. And they are cursed together. They cannot leave each other. And Molly McGee, who is he has to, keep a certain scare quota and whatnot. And Molly McGee is forever the optimist. Beyond happy, beyond peppy.
Star, got it. Mabel, got it.
Star with a dash. Like, because she's got a little bit more of a punk rock vibe. But not. Like, she dresses punk rock, but that's about as far as it goes. But
got it.
Oh, and yes, we do love Star.
Yeah, I screened that for the kids. They watched it. They loved it.
Well, yeah.
Luckily, I watched I screened a lot of Amphibia only to find out they'd already seen it. I'm like, I love the kids so much. Yeah, wish I knew that. Amphibia is actually not terrible. Um,
I'm just happy that Bella's slowly moving into the actual Disney Channel shows from the Disney Junior. If I have to watch Clubhouse one more time, I am
yeah, I don't envy you with that.
hot. I literally I will be at Costco unintentionally buying hot dog buns, and I'm just sitting there going hot dog, hot diggity dog. God damn it! Fucking hate that show. It's the worst one. It's intolerable.
That's funny. You know what I sing when I'm buying hot dogs? A variation of the old Billy. I'm a hot dog. Hell yeah, cause I'm a hot dog. I don't know why. It just one day it popped. I guess it popped into my head, and I was like, "That's it. Nope, this is my hot dog song."
Yeah, it's not that much fun being stuck, but she's cute. She's got that going for her.
It's your kid. I get it. Listen, they you get to the age where you can start watching the more tolerable shows. So you can
Well,
start watching Rocco.
we watch a lot of Bluey still, and I friggin' love that show. It there are one. Emily watched a while ago. I sent Emily some Bluey meme. She's like, "Oh, it's that show with the damn dogs." Then she came to visit. She watched a couple episodes with Bella. Went home and watched the entire series.
It's an adorable show. I have seen Bluey with you and with Jacoby. I've only seen certainly a handful of. How many episodes would you say there are, Bluey?
Oh,
There's a point to this, I promise.
126.
I've seen the one with the octopus.
The one episode.
The one episode with an octopus. I've seen it.
Okay, no, wait. Technically, the octopus does make a reappearance, but if you didn't see the prior episode, you would have no idea it was the octopus.
I saw the octopus game episode. I was dying when it came on. I'm like, Amanda, really? I come over the episode with an octopus place? She goes, I don't know. I don't know how this happened. It's you. You're the problem.
But the best episode. And it's that episode you sit there and go, oh my God, this episode was not made for the kids. The episode's called Whale Watching.
Okay.
The whole premise is mom and dad can't play games because they are too tired from Uncle Stripe's New Year's Eve party.
Tired, got it.
And
I was too tired the last few days of my vacation.
And there's just this moment where they're sitting there. Well, the whale's jumps. No, the whale needs food. The whale needs chips and dip and so now whenever we're feeling a little under the weather, we're just whale watching.
Got it.
Totally not an episode for the kids.
I like that though. You know, I like it where a kid can watch. Like when we were growing up, Rocco's. I had no idea half the references in that were super adult. Do now.
Spanky chicken,
Choky chicken.
choky chicken. Same joke.
Chicken. I love Choky chicken. Rocker, the sex hotline worker.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Oh baby, is this Rocco?
Oh my God,
This
the
is Big
amount.
Head? So there's so many jokes in it.
Oh, I have Paramount Plus. I could go watch that. Because Lord knows Paramount Plus ain't good for much else.
I don't know if it's Peacock or Paramount. I forget which one they're partnered with. Just found this out. The Halloween Ends, just like the last one, is on one of those two streaming services once it comes out next month. So hell yeah, Halloween fans!
I think it's the Peacock.
I thought it was Peacock, but I couldn't remember.
No, nothing like the best thing Paramount Plus has had is the Halo show.
And Lower Decks.
And what?
Lower
Oh
Decks.
yes,
I love Lower Decks, but Halo, stop! When is season 2 coming? It's not fair.
they
It's
just
not
started filming
fair.
it.
Don't make me wait. I love that show. So I've watched the show a couple of times now. Even just background noise, I love the show so much.
It-
You know what's surprisingly good? Sandman on Netflix.
okay.
It's surprisingly good if you have time for an adult thing. I know that's a little bit harder. Um,
It I've been watching a lot of wrestling, so which oh my god. I got to plug if you're going to watch one episode of Such Good Shoot, the podcast about anything and everything in the world of wrestling, I highly recommend this Thursday
why?
because the show we are reviewing it's an independent show. It is called Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
Like EFFIE.
EFFY.
I was like, is this a Dreamgirls wrestling event? Because you have just piqued my interest.
No, but this is basically as close as you're getting to drag queen pro wrestling.
I don't know. We're a week away from musical pro wrestling.
And just to give a reference here of how odd it is, when you have a bunch of tag teams that are all very gay, where a lot of their shtick in most of their normal matches is gay shock tactics, it plays out way differently when both teams are gay.
What's the name of it?
Effie's Big Gay Brunch 5. I can assure you, you know no one on this card.
No, I was just curious. It's not about if I know somebody. I'm like, is it possibly a Dreamgirls reference?
No. Well, actually, it could be, but he's more of an Elton John kind of guy.
Eh,
He comes out to Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
eh.
I watched him wrestle Jeff Jarrett at GCW The World.
No shit.
Yeah, because that was an odd match. Oh,
Cool Effie.
it also takes place in Chicago at 11 a.m. the day of All Out, and is in a horror movie gymnasium.
Is it
There-
a what?
There is a scoreboard in the background that is rusted. It has the cage on it, and it is cockeyed. It is a disaster. A beautiful disaster.
Where I don't know where you found this, but apparently you struck gold.
Oh, I know exactly where I found it. This is a tribute to one of our co-hosts' girlfriends who sadly passed away over the weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Fuck ovarian cancer.
Oh. Well,
And she was into indie wrestling. Effie is her favorite wrestler. So, Effie's Big Gay Brunch 5.
wrestling is gay, make it gayer. My lord. I am telling a select few friends about this one. Be like, this is something I think you would like.
$11.99 on the Fight TV app. But
So this just happened.
Oh yeah, it happened the day of All Out.
Oh, really? Just I'm like, this literally just happened. Okay.
Well, there are other big gay brunches too, with still people you've never heard of.
It doesn't have to hear of them. I just needed to know. I was like, is this can't be a Dreamgirls reference, but I think it kind of is, but it's not.
I do not know. And the person I could ask has sadly passed away.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, Now that I brought us all down, I do think it needs to absolutely be watched. And if you can, go to the Fight TV app and watch this disaster train wreck of a beautiful thing. It's the first pro wrestling event where
I,
before the match they have to tell you their pronouns.
I feel this has to be seen in some fashion. It will be on the list right after Heather's. Heather's the musical streaming free on the Roku app right now.
Oh, cool. Now I got to get the Roku app.
Haven't watched it yet. I wouldn't say cool yet. Love the show off Broadway. London is where it is, and
why are all the ones I want to see filmed in London?
In the Brits have a certain different sense of humor because of filming rights. It's easier.
I know, but no one wants to see the London run of the Toxic Avenger
because it's their humor's. This is not a knock. If you're from London, if you're from England, this is not a knock on that on British humor, British people at all. But their humor is different. They don't mind as much. Toxic Avenger worked off Broadway for me because it wasn't as literal. It was, it wasn't as tongue in cheek with a big old wink.
And
it wasn't. I even hired a blind librarian. Wink. It's I even hired a blind librarian.
And also, the Toxic Avenger, with its many, many, many New Jersey jokes, is a lot better portrayed by people who get the New Jersey jokes.
Tell me about it.
If you don't get New Jersey and the fun of New Jersey and what makes it its thing, you're not going to tell it right. Like, if you don't know why, if the Bills and the Eagles are ever in the Super Bowl against each other, there's going to be no folding tables left in the world.
My God, the carnage! I can hear, good God, the carnage!
Which, the only thing I have to say, because I've seen many memes on this now, there's one problem. Every meme is using pro wrestling wooden folding tables. And I have seen enough footage of the Bills to know they are not that smart.
No.
They're doing it on Costco folding plastic tables. And those don't break.
Okay, yeah, we all know that because they're lighting themselves on fire. When they do it, they're lighting the tables on fire. Oh, Buffalo fans, I love you, Buffalo fans. I hope it's your year. It's looking like it good. And if you know what though, if it's Buffalo and Eagles, sorry, Buffalo. I gotta watch the NFC East kick your ass once more. The Giants were doing it before it was cool. I digress.
But I do have to say, the one Eagles website I watch, Filthy in Philly, last year they did a road trip up to Buffalo for a Buffalo game. And there was an agreement that, yeah, the Bills Mafia is like the second home for Eagles fans. They are the same fan base, and it is.
Yeah, except I hate to say it this way, and I don't know if this is an insult to Eagle fans or a compliment to them, so don't take this the wrong. Careful how you see this. One fan base is going to wipe themselves out of existence from stupidity, and the other are the Eagles. Don't take that the wrong way, either fan base here, but like Buffalo fans, I've seen you do things in person at games and not. Buffalo fans,
Our folding
we got
tables
to have a
safe.
sit-down conversation sometime. I've seen
We climb poles.
You climb poles. I've seen barbed wire in folding tables be involved.
Look, all I am saying is if this Super Bowl would ever happen,
it might. It's almost looking like destiny this year.
There is only one man who could narrate this opening video package. And his name is Paul Heyman.
See, I'm sitting here going, okay, I can think of Brian Dawkins. That would be a good one. Try to think of. Actually, there's another one, but do I really want to say OJ Simpson on here?
if we're going that way, that's when we just go full, and you have New Jack do it.
I just, if it is Buffalo, because you usually have, if it is Buffalo versus Philly, I mean, where is it? Oh gosh, no, I have
I
to
think
look
it's
up.
in Phoenix.
Is it Phoenix?
The Buffalo. Nothing good can come of this.
It is. It's back out of Glendale. Oh my, Glendale, you're not ready. Oh my, Glendale, you're not ready. That poor stadium. Poor State Farm Stadium. It was nice knowing you, Cardinals.
I I love that at any given point I can open my phone and there is a Bills Eagles meme.
You know why? Because both the Eagles, I called this preseason, even as a Giants fan, Eagles were going to be good. So many Eagle fans I know did talk to, like, but Jalen, I'm like, give Jalen a chance. He was fine at Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, wrong one. Was Jalen the one that jumped to Oklahoma? It was Alabama. Or I think Tua. I'm putting them all together. I have to look it up now. Hold on. It's going to bother me.
You're acting like I know football.
It's going to bother me. I have to know. 1 second.
He is looking that up. We've suddenly become a football podcast because that's how we do.
I have many different.
It's basically the Bruce and Dozer talk about shit for an hour or more.
Yeah, he started. He is okay. It was Hurts. I'm pretty sure it was him. He started at Alabama, then went to Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, I know we are a Disney podcast, but you know what? ESPN. There we go. That's how this fits in. ESPN.
Hey, that's why ESPN Plus is how I was actually able to watch a game.
Oh, that doesn't help. They were on Monday night.
Yeah. Look.
Trust me. Next Monday night ain't gonna be as lucky with games.
The only way I can watch football is if it is on Peacock, Prime, or ESPN.
So you can watch the Steelers and the Browns play. I'm sorry. That's a game on Thursday, and then you get to watch the shit show of the week. I apologize in advance to anybody who tunes in to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys versus Daniel Jones and the Giants.
And Peacock is subject to viewing restrictions.
Blackouts?
It's all location based, so I get the DC market games, and if the DC market game is blacked out, which, that's not really happening.
Hey, the Commanders didn't look so bad.
We're the Commanders.
Calling them the Commanders now.
My favorite is everyone who sits there now feels the need to go HTTC. Hail to the Commanders.
No.
I'm like,
no.
Y'all need to come up with a new chant. Because hail to the Commanders doesn't work.
I'm just going to say this. Do they play? They're not playing this song anymore, are they?
I don't know. I haven't been to a game. I just know what people post, and it's hashtag HTTC.
I was just assuming somebody would have put up hey, here's the new lyrics to Hail to the Redskins.
No, they're not as proud of it as the Eagles fans are of Fly, Eagles, Fly.
Yeah, they should be. Be happy you get a song.
Yeah. Not enough teams have a song. How can we annoy other fan bases if you don't have a song?
Empire State of Mind does not represent New York football being played in New Jersey. If you're going to do it, You steal the Yankees and you play New York like it used to be. Sinatra! Damn it. That's the best thing they got. Not even talking about the Jets.
Who are the Jets?
Mm-hmm. The Jets and the Giants won on the same weekend. We're going to collapse this country.
For the first time since, I think it was 2009, the Giants, Jets, Mets, and Yankees all won in the same weekend.
Wow. That's actually impressive. I'm impressed right now.
That happened, or that I knew a fact?
Yes.
Look, I only know it because it was a meme. I don't even know if it's true, because, look, I barely know who wins in football. If I know who won in
Baseball?
baseball,
I don't know.
especially the Yankees and the Mets, well,
I only follow along to talk to people who think I know baseball and talk to me about the Yankees like I know, and I have to then fumble my way through a conversation going, I don't know baseball. Stop talking to me.
to be fair, I am surrounded by Yankees and Mets fans.
I'm sorry.
It's what happens when you live around a bunch of former New Yorkers.
Well, and not just that. Baseball, Philly's a football town. Eagles run the place. Down in Dallas, the Cowboys are the team. Up north, yeah, you got the Red Sox and Patriots. It got certain, but in New York, this is a baseball town. Football is a side effect. This is a Yankee. The Yankees are the face that runs the place here. That's why in Philly, the Eagles are the place that runs the place.
So, from my house to the right of me is Yankees fans, Yankees Giants. Across the street, they can just go away. They're all Boston. I say they can just go away for one reason. They're from Philly.
What? How's that possible?
I don't know. So
from Philly?
Closer to Philly than I was.
Oh my, they really got beat up growing up, apparently.
And then 2 houses up that way, another Giants, Yankees. But then next door to me, from Virginia Beach, I got Eagles fans. And it's like, I got Eagles fans. I got lights on the house. Last night it was blinking green and white.
Green and white.
Oh,
but you didn't do it fully right because it doesn't. You don't have the correct colors. I'm sorry, the Kelly Greens jerseys are just special. All right, they need to go back to them.
So,
I contacted Lori. He said, "Who the hell are you? Stop calling me."
I have the Kelly Green. I can look up and I can actually do that. I tried the hex code for the correct green, the actual Eagles green. Yeah, that looks blue on my lights.
Because it does. It's green, but in the right light, it would look like it's more of a blue green. But the Kelly Green jerseys were special, and Reggie White.
Yeah, look, there are very few colors I've taken the time and I've looked up the hex code for. Also, my house can be in cyber orange.
I love it.
So, I'm not proud of my car at all or anything.
Not at all. Not a bit.
But you know what? I think there have been sharks. We've jumped enough.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're going to talk about random shit, we don't need to do it to everybody else out there.
We certainly do not. Do not worry, folks. Next week, Brian will be back, and you are going to get a full HHN 31 recap. And I mean soup to nuts. I got food stuff. I got more scare zones, but I'm going to go through all the houses for you.
It's going to be a blast because every night is Halloween. Until next time, we're the Diz Idiots, so you don't have to be.